I would automatically think that it wouldn't be as juicy inside, but it actually does the complete opposite to what I'm thinking. You want to squeeze that in there as I get stirring? I'll have to remember before we bite into it.
Remove the toothpicks.
Yeah, exactly. Hello everyone and welcome to the show. My name is Jordan Scott and today we are doing steaks. From the small town of Exeter, Ontario, we have our first chef here, Mr. Scott Rundle.
Thank you, Jordan.
Scott, thanks for coming on to the show. And what are we doing today?
My pleasure. We're going to do New York strips today. These are special. They're a prime cut. That's a grade above AAA, so that's a little treat.
Perfect.
They've been dry aged for 5 weeks, an extra little bonus, and we're going to reverse sear them. Let's go ahead and season these first.
Sure.
And then when I get them on, I can explain the reverse sear.
Perfect. That sounds good.
Okay. So we'll get you a plate.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, I've got the holy trinity of smoking wood chunks here.
Yeah, I've seen that. I was going to say, what's with the wood on the table?
What's going on? Well, this is mesquite. It is meant for beef, I think, anyway. We have hickory and apple.
Perfect.
That's sort of the three main wood smoking chunks that we use.
And which one are we going to be using today?
Mesquite, because we've got beef. So I'll just set these over here for now.
Perfect. Pass some of those over to you.
Thank you.
All
right. So there's the mesquite, the plates.
So I've got a bunch of spices in front of me. Which are you going to be using today, Scott?
Whichever one you don't.
Oh, well, I think I'm going to take it back to the basics and use the salt and pepper.
All right.
So,
set that there. Yeah, I mean, you can use anything you want. I've got, Clubhouse makes a lot of rubs and spices now for grilling. A local product here, this is from Waterdown, I think, called Cluck and Squeal.
Perfect.
And of course your salt and freshly ground black pepper.
Perfect.
So you're going with that?
Yes.
Okay, don't be afraid of the pepper.
Okay. So it doesn't matter which order, I just kind of start putting it on. All right, here we go.
How you making out?
Pretty good.
All
Is that good for pepper, would you say?
A little more.
A little more?
Seem like a peppery kind of girl.
I do like it a little spicy.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So just pinching of salt on this, or?
It's kosher salt, so we can use we can be a little more liberal with it.
Okay.
The salt also gives you a nice crust on the outside when you're charring it at the end, when you're searing it at the end.
So I see you're kind of massaging the spices in there. What is the purpose of doing that?
To get it to stick to the meat and maybe help it adhere, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I should do this on the other side.
Yes,
I'm a little slower. I'm not as quick as you here.
That's okay.
Let's get to it here.
I'll go ahead and open up this grill. So we're doing the reverse sear today. I like to use that on a thicker cut of meat. The temperature right now is at 220. We put those on at 220. I'll throw in some wood, get that smoking. We bring that up to a temperature, typically medium rare is at the 135 mark, temperature-wise. But we're going to do this low and slow, so we get a lot of smoke infused into it. We'll take it up to about 120, 125. We're going to pull them off, and I'll open up these vents, get that flame nice and hot. We're going to put them back on to get that char that I like and I think everybody else does.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Just 1 second.
Yep.
I'll have to take these out.
So that's the place setter for the barbecue then?
Yes. It diffuses or it deflects the heat if you're going to more of a baking kind of scenario.
Okay.
Then you would use
So we don't need it with the steaks?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Actually, the temperature was a little high in here, so I put it in to bring that temperature down.
So then we throw the wood chips in? And
Yep. Those are chunks of mesquite.
Perfect.
And we'll get this going again. All right.
So I will pass you the steaks.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to stick a temperature probe in here so I can monitor the internal temperature. And as I said, we're looking for somewhere, if we want medium rare at 135, reverse sear, we're going to pull these off at about 120.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this talking to my temperature probe.
Okay, and while you do that, we are going to head inside and check out what we have for some sides and appetizers. So we'll see you soon.
All right, Jordan,
All
I'll be
right.
here.
Okay, so here we are in the kitchen with Miss Jane Scott. Looks like we've got a good spread going on here, Jane. I see a baked potato. Can you tell me a little bit what's going on with that?
Well, first of all, I started with the baker potato, and you would bake it in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes to an hour. And to see if it's ready, you need to give it a little prick with a fork and make sure it's tender.
Okay.
So after that, you take them out and you let them cool. So once they're cooled off a little bit, you take a spoon and you slice them lengthways in half.
Okay.
And take the insides of the potato and put them in a bowl.
Perfect.
So you're making kind of a mashed potato and putting it back in your potato skin.
Okay.
So what I've done is we've taken the potato and we've added a cup of sour cream and a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of milk, and salt and pepper to taste. And then I take the blender, and right now I don't have my blender because I've already mixed. And then you just put the insides of the potato back into the potato skins.
Okay, and do you have to wait for the center to cool before you stick that
No.
into the skin, or do you do it all when it's hot?
Actually, that's a good question. I wouldn't let the potato get cold. I'd do it right away.
While it's
I'd mix
warm.
it while it's warm,
Okay.
and right out of the potato when it's just warm.
Well, it smells really good.
So, oh, and also I forgot, sorry, there's a cup of sharp cheddar cheese mixed in as well,
Okay,
which
and-
is optional. If you have some people that are maybe lactose intolerant, you might want to not have so much of that in there.
Is there a
Although there is
specific
sour
reason?
cream in it already. Pardon?
Is there a reason that you put this sharp cheese in it for just for your
It's
taste
just
buds,
for-
or just?
It's the flavor of the cheese. So that's what we do. And then all there is to it is the rest of the garnishing, which is a little bit of green onion on top, add little bacon bits, and a little more cheddar cheese just to
Seal it all together.
seal it all together. And then you would put them back in the oven for 15-20 minutes just so that it's all heated through again. And voila, you have twice baked potatoes.
Okay, so we're gonna see these potatoes get put onto the barbecue in a few minutes here, but before that, I see we've also got some fresh looking asparagus going on over here. What are you planning on doing with that?
Well, this is fairly simple. You just take you wash your asparagus, of course, first, and then you take 3 or 4 sprigs. And this is West Palm ham. You can use prosciutto as well if you like. And you just take the asparagus and roll it into the meat, and voila.
Okay, do you need anything on there to keep it together, or does it just kind of stick?
Sometimes it usually sticks. It
Oh,
sticks
perfect.
pretty good. So,
Okay.
and then I think when Scott gets this outside, he has a dressing he's going to be drizzling over top of it because I think he's going to complete it on the egg out front.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty good, easy step for us, and
I
quick
think
too.
so. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what is this? A little bit of everything, I see.
This is Oma's homemade Caesar dressing.
Oh, not from the bottle.
Not from the
I
bottle.
like it. I like it.
It's a creamy dressing, obviously. It's creamy. There's 1 cup of mayo, half a cup of Asiago cheese. We have some chopped artichoke with a couple cloves of garlic minced, salt and pepper, and Dijon mustard, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and some lemon.
Fresh
squeezed.
lemon.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna mix
So we
this
can-
together for us and
we can,
see
yeah.
how it goes.
So we'll start with the mayo because it's the base. And actually, Jordan, if you like, you can do the stirring and I'll throw
Perfect.
everything in.
Just use this whisk here?
Yeah, you can use
Alright.
the whisk. And there's no real, you can just throw everything in all at once and just make sure it's whisked properly.
So do you want me to whisk as you put the ingredient in, or are we going to wait till it's all...
I'm gonna put it all in for you because it'll be kind of hard
Okay.
to me throwing over top of your
Perfect.
whisker. Yeah. There we go. So if you'd like to,
Perfect. Okay, here
and
we
I'll
go.
just squeeze the lemon.
You want to squeeze that in there as I get
Yeah.
stirring? Perfect.
Try not to add any pits.
That would be a little hard on the teeth
Yeah.
there. Oh wow, this is looking good. So the lemon juice really kind of just makes it more
just-
liquidy,
and a
make
little
it
more-
easier to get on the salad there. Is that,
Gives it a little bit of a tangy taste to it as well.
how am I doing so far?
Looks great.
Perfect.
I think we've just made a great dressing.
All right, I'll be able to do this one at home. Is there, once you just whisk and you just know what's kind of mixed
Yeah.
together, or?
Yeah, that looks good. Completed.
Voila! All right.
Okay.
So that is all set.
So
and what
this-
are we going to do with this dressing then?
We're gonna put that aside for now,
Okay.
and I'm gonna bring, that's also gonna go to Scott. He's got this romaine that he's gonna take, and I believe he's gonna do something with this romaine on the egg. I'm not really
Cool.
sure, so yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, I appreciate it, Jane.
No,
And
no
I'm sure
problem.
we'll be back to see you again sometime.
Hi folks, Brad here from BJ's Country Market out in the lovely town of Delaware. Got a great grilling tip for you today. First of all, we're going to help you decide how to pick out the perfect steak. Okay, a couple things that you need to know to have a perfect steak is, number one, it's got to be well marbled. AAA or better, even prime is better. Okay, the other thing I like to have is a 4 to 6 weeks age on it. Dry aging is the best, although wet backpack aging is quite common and can be good too. All right, so I've brought out a beef rib here today, and I want to show you what a AAA beef rib looks like. Check out all that beautiful marbling in there. That's what it's going to take to create a great barbecue steak. Now, if you add the age to it, 4 to 6 weeks, this one just came in, it's fresh, we're going to age it for 4 to 6 weeks. You add that to it, and then you got yourself a perfect grilling steak. Okay, folks, till next time.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. You can see that we've got our sides all set up here that we've done inside. So let's check with Scott and see how the steaks are doing.
All right, Jordan. So yeah, let's look at these. We'll get the thermometer here, and I'm looking for 125, 130, and we're gonna, that's what they are, we're gonna pull them
Perfect.
off.
Perfect.
So if you could hand me a plate.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Oh, 1 second, get this. This is hot. There we go.
Those look
Okay.
nice and juicy.
Yeah, they are.
So these are not quite done yet, correct?
No, they came off at about 120, 125. I'm going to turn up the barbecue here to get it up to about 400. And then we're going to put the steaks back on to get a nice crust on the outside of them, as well as the grilled romaine hearts and the prosciutto wrapped asparagus.
Perfect.
So just bear with me 1 second,
Yep.
and I'll get this set up. So I've pulled the meat off. I've opened up the vents on this barbecue, and I've got it up to about 400 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and put the steaks back on, as well as the prosciutto, asparagus, and the grilled romaine hearts right near the end.
Okay, so what was the purpose of turning the barbecue up to a higher temperature and putting the steaks back on then?
Well, a lot of people like a nice crust or a bark, I guess some people call it. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
And they weren't quite up to medium rare. As I said, they were 125 when we pulled them off. So
Okay,
here
so
we go.
Perfect. So this just gives a nice, good crust to the
Yeah,
outside. And,
yeah, absolutely.
and how
Okay.
long do they usually sit on the grill for that?
5 to 10 minutes. I'm not a I've done this long enough that I have a rough idea of what time it is, but you got to get one of these. It's a digital thermometer. They tell no lies, Jordan.
Yes.
It is what it is, and it's the only way to go. I have one of these in my truck all the time.
Perfect. So everyone's got to get one.
You never know when grill's gonna break out.
All right, so you're throwing the asparagus on with that.
Yep.
And then
It won't take 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Do you want to throw the potatoes on with that as well, or?
Oh, look at that! Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
All right. I maybe got this a little warm. And I tell you what, if you could drizzle some olive oil on that for me, I'd
Sure.
appreciate it. Maybe a little salt and pepper.
Perfect. How am I doing?
Wonderful. I think what we've done, because we have a limited amount of space today on this barbecue, we've gone ahead and pre-cooked these potatoes. You can do that in your oven. Save some grill space. We'll put them on the end to warm them up and maybe get a little bit of a smoked barbecue flavor on them.
Sounds good.
All right, wonderful.
So will this go on with this stuff, or are you just going to wait and kind of grill that up after the fact?
Yeah, I'm going to check these steaks again. I want 135, and then I'll have some room to put on the romaine hearts.
Perfect.
Yeah, you see, that didn't take long at all.
All right, so they're all set?
They are set.
Beautiful. Now, what is the rule with diving into eating these? Would you let these sit on the counter for a bit after you take them off the barbecue, or?
Absolutely. Everybody, or a lot of people know, you should wrap them up, tent them, and let them rest for a while. It keeps the juices in. If you start cutting into this right now, the plate's you're gonna lose all your juice. You want to keep it in the steak.
We want to keep it nice and juicy. Well, I'll move this over here and
All
get it
right,
out of
thank
your
you.
way. How's the asparagus doing over there?
Looking good.
What is the ultimate goal with that? Are you trying to crisp the outside of the prosciutto, or do
Yes.
you just kind of keep it warm and a little softer?
Yeah, the asparagus and the prosciutto, because it's cut so thin, typically cooks about the same time. So.
Okay, perfect. Those look good.
Yeah. Longer tongs might have been nice. All right. It won't be too much longer.
Perfect.
These barbecues are very easy to control temperature-wise. I've got a vent down here, another one up top. Moving it 1/8 of an inch, I can control the temperature to within 20 degrees. I've got it open right now, so it's getting a lot of air, a lot of oxygen, and really cooking.
Sounds like it's pretty
how
easy
about
to
another
use.
plate?
Another plate.
And we'll pull these asparagus off.
Perfect.
There we go.
Awesome. They look good enough to eat.
Yeah, almost. All right.
Perfect.
And these romaine hearts, I'll put, I guess, the heart side down. Come on. Do you think we need to put those potatoes on and warm them up, or?
Yeah, you know what? We did have them in the oven inside, so
Okay.
maybe just a quick warm on the barbecue. Like mentioned before, you can always do them in your oven at home if the barbecue is a little bit too full.
There's only 2 of us eating today, right?
Yeah, you know what? I hope
Maybe
you
I
have
just
your
put 2
I hope
on.
you have your appetite.
There's nobody else around here. Okay, 4.
Okay, 4. We can do it.
All right, never mind. Thank you. So these,
So I was about to say, how long do those kind of grill up for?
not long at all, as we can see here.
Yep.
Okay. Now that one got a little overdone. We can take a knife and just peel some of that
Yeah,
off.
so ideally it's just kind of to warm the lettuce
Warm
up.
it up, yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And it's
Oh, it still looks good.
warmed and wilted. It looks black, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that.
Pass this plate over for the potatoes after.
Okay, yep. If you wanted to dress the remaining hearts.
Sure. So we made this dressing inside, and I'll throw this on. Just kind of drizzle it over the top, Scott.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Fancy. So basically with the dressing, we're just kind of putting whatever that individual likes as far as how much dressing you're putting on? Or
Yeah, exactly. They
Okay.
could dress it themselves. You can add croutons, shaved Parmigiano, Reggiano, anything you want. But for today, I think Janie made a great Caesar salad here with
Yeah.
aglio and garlic and all that good stuff. So
Perfect. Sounds good.
I guess the last little thing, if you wanted to drizzle, this is a lemon and honey sesame seed oil drizzle, I guess.
Okay. And it's going on
the asparagus and prosciutto.
Perfect. Nice little touch.
Perfect. The soy sesame seed oil, it's a little smoky itself, so it sort of carries on with that. Cuts the lemon, cuts the saltiness of the prosciutto, so everything complements each other.
A good mix. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like we've got everything all set. So when we come back, we're gonna plate this up, and I can't wait to have a little taste.
Me too.
Hi folks, Brad here from BJ's Country Market. Here to give you another quick tip on the grill. We're going to talk about charcoal today compared to briquettes and some of the other fuels that we use to light our barbecues. First of all, I'd like to say that you want to go with 100% hickory oak type charcoal that's had no additives, no chemicals, and no added anything to make it fire up quickly. All right, so today I've pulled out a bit of charcoal from a natural lump charcoal. This is what it should look like. And here it is in here when it's looking burnt. So you can see there's nothing consistent about it. It's just good old-fashioned oak and hickory that's been dehydrated to make charcoal. People are often fooled with the little white briquettes or the little black briquettes and using them for cooking on. They're usually full of chemicals and lighter fluids and all kinds of stuff to make them work good. They're no good for your food. You're going to taste that in your meat whenever you're cooking, okay? So whatever you do, make sure you use a good quality charcoal. You think it doesn't make a difference, but you'll notice a better cook, and it's going to last a lot longer when you're queuing also. You'll find that good charcoal will burn longer. It's reusable, especially nowadays with the new smokers they got out here now and charcoal grills. Very efficient. Okay, till next time. Just got a couple quick barbecue tips for you today. First of all, I'd like to say whenever you're doing barbecuing, you should always have yourself a thermometer. One of the most important things you can do when cooking. 50% of the game is getting the right temperature and doing it successfully. So invest in a good thermometer like this one. It's a probe thermometer. You can open it up, stick it in your meat, gives an instant read on what the temperature is. So for instance, a medium rare steak, you're looking for 140. A rare steak, 135. It says right on a lot of these good thermometers, and it'll let you know exactly what the temperature should be.
All right, welcome back everybody. We've got all of our food ready here, and now Scott is gonna make up some beautiful plates.
All right. This one's yours?
I think so.
All
It's
right.
been talking to me.
Okay, that's it.
Ready.
What's it been saying?
Just eat me.
All right.
Right
asparagus. We'll get you a potato.
Looks good.
I think we needed bigger plates.
Yeah, I guess so.
And we'll set this down to one side.
Lovely.
All right. That is one big meal on a little plate.
It is.
Here we go.
Perfect. Well,
Bon
I'm gonna.
appetit.
Hey, thank you. I guess I'll dive in and try a piece of this. I'm definitely going for the steak. My mouth has been watering since we took that off the barbecue. Let me take a bite.
It turned out well. It's pink all the way through. When you reverse sear it, That's one of the advantages that you get.
All right, that was awesome.
I'm glad you liked that.
The most delicious steak I've ever had, extremely juicy. Well, you know what, guys? That is a wrap, and I'd like to thank Scott for coming out today and sharing this delicious entree with me.
My pleasure.
And for those of you watching at home, we will see you next time. Thank you.